was actually, maybe in a kind of a charmingly annoying way. I was always, very polite. I was very on time. I would always say, here's your mail, sir, ma'am. Is there anything else I can do for you? And while I'm here, blah, 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 blah. And so I was sort of like the company pet. However, it did start to gall on me after a while about how little money I was making and my brother making a lot of money now being an estate agent. And I wasn't offered a job out of the mailroom. I thought it was going to happen after about a year, after 18 months, nothing. And so I said, right, nothing's happening here. I'm going to become an estate agent. And my dad, because he did have connections with property, he got me to work for a company called Hillier Parker, May and Rowden. Now, even by the name, you can just tell the kind of people who worked there. I mean, they were just awful, awful people, really snobby, really mean, really rude. And after a month, my mum said to me, "You're really unhappy, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm really unhappy. I hate this." And then my dad knew the guy who ran EMI Music Publishing. Now, this is where I was in the post room. And I don't really think he connected me with my dad, because my dad actually said to him, "I can't believe after 18 months, you didn't, give Simon at least a little promotion." He went, "Oh, I didn't realize that was your son," or so he claims. I'll never know. Anyway, the next thing is an opening suddenly arrives, and my mum, I remember her face. She said, "I've got some really exciting news for you." And I said, "What?" She said, "I think there's a better job for you at EMI Music Publishing, and you've got to have an interview." And it was working in the international department of EMI Music Publishing, which basically means that writers that were signed, say in America, Germany, whatever, this department administered their copyrights.
Right.
And the job that became available was a song plugger, which meant all of the hundreds of thousands, or if not millions of songs they published, my job was to get other people to cover those songs so they could generate more money.
Oh, okay.
And to do that, it was quite a difficult job because it was the country music division. Now, at that point, country was not very popular in the UK, and a lot of these songs were unknown. And what made it really difficult is that this job was actually promised to somebody else in the company. And obviously it got out that I got the job because my dad helped me get the job. Forgetting the fact I already worked there for 18 months, it just looked like I was given, even though it paid, I think, 30 quid a week or something. It wasn't like a high paid job. And no one would talk to me for the first 6 months. So I'm like, it's terrible. So I locked myself into this room and I just thought, if no one's talking to me, I'm just going to listen to every one of these terrible country songs. And I listened to literally thousands and thousands of songs over 6 months, compiled a list, and then just went out to all the record labels, met up with as many A&R people as I could, and said, "I think I've got a great song here, and it will be perfect for one of your artists." And I did get a lot of the songs covered.
Are you 17, 18 years old?
I was probably about 18, 19 at that point. And then my boss said, "I think you're really bright, Simon. Why don't we start a company together?" And I was like, "It's a bit early, isn't it?" I'm like 19. And he said, "I've been here for 16 years. You're never going to make much money. Let's just do it." I've actually found someone to back us. So I met these people. They owned a recording studio. I had a really, really bad feeling. And I said, I don't think I can do this. It's too early. I don't even know what I'm doing at the moment, let alone run my own company. And he said, well, I think you better go and meet these people and tell them that the answer's no. And he did it, he knew what was going to happen because I went and they persuaded me. And I knew I'd made a mistake. So we started this company. We had about £40,000 seed money. Our offices were in an NCP car park. I think it actually used to be a loo. Our office, it was just so bad. And I'm like, oh God, what have I done? I just got this job with EMI and now I'm working in a loo in a car park and this is not going to work. And after about 18 months, I just left.